Okay, so anytime that you have to find the equation of a tangent line, it doesn't really matter what the function is. All right, you're going to be given a function though, okay? You're going to be given some f of x equals blah, 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 okay? And you will always have to use this equation, y minus, and then I'm going to say y1 is equal to m times x minus, and then you're always going to be given your x1. All right. Now, the original function, you're going to have this, and it's going to say like at x equals something. Okay? And this is your x1. Okay? So your x1 is right there. So you don't have to do anything. Yay. All right. What we have to do, though, you have to find y1. Well, y1 is the same thing as doing f of x1. All right. That's equal to y1. So you just plug in whatever this value is, whatever they give you, into the main function. Okay? Not too hard, and that will always give you your y1. You also have to find m. M is a slope, and the slope is easily found without two different points. We know the equation of a slope can be found with y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That actually just finds a slope between two different points. But if you're not given two different points, you're only given one value of x and a function, then you have to know how to take the derivative. So the slope is found so m is equal to f prime of x1. So you find the derivative of this, you plug in that value of x, and that gives you your slope. Okay? And that's all that you really need to make sure that you have. So we could rewrite this function right here as being y minus, now y1 is equal to f of x1, f of x1, okay? And that's equal to m, which is f prime of x1, times x minus x1. And that's all you have to do every time you work this out. And the conclusion for this equation of a tangent line is just that. It's just the equation of a line. We're just specifying that it has to be the tangent line. All right, so the equation of a line is always in this format. Y equals mx plus b. Okay, so your final answer, equation of a tangent line, will always be in that format. But you have to use this equation to do it with. So what I recommend every time that you start a problem like this is you give yourself three. You're going to have your main function, right? So you'll have like your f of x is equal to negative x squared minus 4x plus 7 at x equals, I don't know, 2. Okay? You're going to give yourself three different places to work. So three different columns. This one is going to be your f of x1, which is going to equal to y1, right? And then you're going to solve it. Okay, and you'll figure out whatever that is. You solve that by putting in 2. So this is the same thing, and I'm not going to work this out, but this is the same thing as saying, all right, so y1 is equal to f of 2. And that's equal to plugging in a 2 into that, and you'll get an answer. All right, then in the next column, you have to find m. All right, and so m is equal to what? Good. So f prime of x1. All right, so in order to find this, we have to find f prime first. Okay, and you're going to work that out. And we can do that very rapidly, so you can see what the steps basically are. All right, so we're finding this, and we're finding this, and to find this, we have to do, so f prime of x is equal to negative 2x minus 4, and then you would plug in the 2, right? So f prime of 2 is equal to, what is that, negative 8? Negative 8, okay? And this is your slope. All right, what is that? That's, because the negative is on the outside, that makes it 2 squared is 4. That's a negative 4 minus 8, which is what? Negative 4 minus 8. Negative 12 plus 7, negative 5. So we'll do negative 5. All right. Now that you have those two things, then we just have to put all of that into the third column. Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. And we're just going to plug the stuff in. Okay? So plugging it into this. And y minus, now watch how I do this. Y minus negative 5 is equal to negative 8 times x minus 2. And we solve this to get y1. So I always leave the left-hand side alone. 5 is equal to negative 8x plus 16. And then we move this over. 16 minus 5 is good. So negative 8x plus 11. So then this is going to be the equation of the tangent line to that at 2. All right. But if you make 3 different columns, and you remember to put this one, f of x1 here, m is equal to f prime of x1, and then write this out, then you don't have to worry about having a problem like I just showed you a minute ago, where we've got all of this work that's like all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're practicing these on your on that review, try to keep doing it with that 3-column setup, knowing that you're going to be working from left to right, getting answers in each column that you're then, the first 2 columns that you're then going to put into the 3rd column. All right. So every single time, column 1, find y1. Column 2, find your slope. Column 3, plug those 2 things along with your original x1 into that function and solve for y equals mx plus b. All right?